to not believe in it.
There's Anna Kasparian, who's over there at the Young Turks, basically laying down some facts. Doesn't matter what you believe. You still can't make somebody else use their body against their own will. And a lot of people don't want to sit with that. But that's basically the long and the short of it. It's not complicated, really. She's smart and foxy and, the whole bit. Married to like a ball player. You know who Anna Kasparian is? You ever seen her? I've played her clips from her from time to time when she's got a really good freak out going. That's the odd take, by the way, that I've seen people make online. I've seen them make them at my posts. I'm sure we've all posted something. And people go, nothing's being outlawed. It's just being sent back to the States. Please stop that. You know that's not true. Unless you're a moron, you know that's not true. They've made it very, very clear that they want a federal ban on abortion. So I don't know what your take is going to be then. But it's a bad faith argument that they're just sending it back there. What, you think they got right up to it and they're going to stop? You think that's what it's going to be? But I like hearing her freak out. She got good freakouts. You can always leave us messages, by the way.
Very justified, too.
Well, of course. Yeah. Who cares what your religion is? That's what all this is. Just religion. It's not the law. It's not pro-life. It's got nothing to do with pro-life.
They be killing babies like crazy in the Bible.
Cut one in half.
I mean, everybody remember...
They suggested to cut one in half. But, I mean, like, the firstborn kid getting killed, there's all sorts of Bible babies getting just bashed.
But, I mean, cast your mind back to gay marriage.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody was screaming that Vermont, which had the first legal gay union, everybody was screaming that Vermont shouldn't be allowed to dictate marriage to the whole country. Well, now that's what Mississippi is doing. Mississippi is dictating what women do with their bodies for the whole country. Or they will be. Mississippi, by the way, is a state that has worse infant mortality rates than Kuwait or Lebanon. So Mississippi's not exactly killing it. That's why we all mocked the My Body, My Choice anti-vaxxers, by the way. Remember when you guys were doing that? You didn't want to wear a mask, so it's My Body, My Choice. That's why we made fun of you. Because you didn't care about life then. Why are you pretending to now? Because it's not it's very specifically anti-choice, not pro-life. It's very specifically anti-choice. So, obviously this is the beginning of a whole lot of things, and nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. Cuyahoga County prosecutor has come forward and said, I'm not going to be prosecuting people who are seeking abortions. But the Attorney General of Ohio is putting this 6-week, they call it a heartbeat bill, even though there's no heartbeat 6 weeks. But that's what they go with. It's not. It's made up. It's not true. But that's what they go with. This Dave Yost, who's the AG of Ohio, his son and daughter-in-law have very publicly come forward and disagreed with him. She's like, I've had 2 abortions along the way. This isn't the way you do things. But he's a dude, and he wants Ohio to be in league with all these other states that are anti-choice. If you listen to the show on the iHeartRadio app, by the way, you'll see that little talkback button there. That's what they call it. It's just a little red button with a microphone on it. You can always leave us messages on that whenever you see fit.
So I have 2 cousins that married each other, end up having kids. I have another cousin who touched his sister's kids, now in prison. And then I have other cousins who had all their kids taken from them, put in foster care, that now my mom has full custody of 4 of them. So, and there's drug addicts and people who went to prison. So, right there with you, Mary. I have a crazy family, too.
Basically the same thing.
Wow.
I thought that was going to come back to Roe versus Wade, not me. I didn't think that had anything to do with me.
Mary?
What do you think he was going to say? They should have aborted everyone.
No, I thought he was going to say something about a choice or something like that.
If it had been aborted, then none of them would have went to prison, and I would have had my family back.
No.
Oh, my family.
Cody was the one with the drug addicts and murderers.
Yeah, he's proud of it.
Not me.
I didn't say I was proud of it.
He loves it.
I just said it never makes for a dull moment at any type of funeral. We don't have family reunions. Like, I always envied those Tyler Perry movies where it's like a big Georgia family get together at some plantation that someone owns. It's a former plantation.
I know, but I like that you envied the movies where the big family gets together at the plantation.
Because I know I have black friends, contrary to popular belief, that their families do that. Like, they get together once a year, they rent a big house, and they all have matching shirts, and the family is huge. And
they get the family reunion T-shirts made.
We got family T-shirts.
You did?
My
See?
sister surprised us. She didn't tell us she was going to do this. So about 2 weeks before family vacation, I called my sister. We went out to breakfast. I was like, "Hey, you think we should get shirts made for this? I think that'd be kind of cool if we all got them for the kids and everything. Like, it's our first family vacation. We should get shirts made." And she kind of gave me this weird look. I was like, "What? Did you already have that idea?" She's like, "Just wait till vacation." And I was like, "Okay." So we get there.
You both had the idea,
right? We get there, and she had gotten them for all my siblings. And on the front, it said, "I survived 640 Wesley Drive," which was the Hoarder House. So
okay.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was the address of the Hoarder House. And then on the back, it said like our names. So it said like Mayor and 4 because I'm fourth in line. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so all the siblings had "I survived 640 Wesley" shirts with our names and birth order on the back. I was like, all right, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Oh.
yeah, see, I always
T-shirts.
I always envied that. We never got
Why don't
that.
you make them for Vegas?
Do
you
it.
only have to make 3 of them, 4 of them.
She said they cost like $18 a piece or something like that. But the more
Wow,
you make,
that much?
the more you make, the less they cost.
Vegas-
Well, sure, but still,
There were
wow.
only 5 of them.
Vegas is not a scenario in which I want to have matching T-shirts. I want it to be at an enclosed area, like
Airbrushed.
Like, I want it to be like somewhere where the public is not around.
You mean like a bus?
or like no, I mean like
I want it to be in an enclosed area.
well, I'm saying like a big old house or a pavilion, maybe like at a park. You know, that way you have that reserved and you know where everyone is. They have the same shirt on. So if someone goes missing.
Oh, 4 people isn't enough is what you're saying.
No, yeah, that's not a family reunion.
No, I understand. I'm not saying it would be a family reunion T-shirt. I'm saying, why don't you get T-shirts made specific to this trip?
Oh, I don't
It's
care
a
that
family
much.
vacation. You don't care that much.
I don't care that much about that. No, I'm trying to look cute.
You don't think they look cute matching with your
There you go.
your mom and your brother?
Get yourself a medium.
Especially when you guys are on the way to the Grand Canyon.
No.
I think that'd be very cute.
My mom is gonna have her pantsuit and.
Colin?
Yeah, what happened to her calling?
I texted her. She didn't reply. She's probably asleep. She did work last night, but she'll probably be up around like 4 or 5. That's usually when she gets up.
All right.
During the day.
Like she had the day off.
She does have the day off, but when her sleep schedule's all messed up because
I
she
see.
works night shift. So when she gets home,
would her day off be like tonight?
her day off is as soon
Or
as she
was
gets
it
off
last
work.
night?
No,
No,
her day
she
off
worked yesterday.
She worked last night. So
Yeah.
she worked from 7 p.m. last night to 7 a.m. this morning.
Right.
So when she gets home, probably the first thing she does is probably feed her dogs, let her dogs out.
But what is her day off?
Tonight.
today?
That's what I just
7
said.
p.m. to 7 a.m.
That's what I said. So tonight is her day
Yes.
off.
Yeah. So
So
she's
she'll
probably
go back to work tomorrow
Yeah.
at 7 p.m.
So I take it she's probably sleeping it off right now and just making it for lost time, and she
I
just
see.
goes about her day. And then she usually gets up around the same time she usually goes to work, anyways.
Well, if she calls, I'm going to tell her
To get shirts made.
to make T-shirts.
No,
Get some puffy paint.
Stop
Make it
putting-
you can do it together. That's what can be
All
your bus
this
activity.
stuff
That can be your bus activity. Make the shirts on the bus.
I don't want to.
I'm just
I don't
going to
even wanna be on the bus.
suggest
finger.
it. I'm just going to suggest it to her. I can't change her mind if she's opposed to it.
And so all this stuff is costing money.
I'm not a Republican. I can't force her to do something she doesn't want to do.
This is Cody.
I'm just
Do
making
you
the
hear him?
suggestion.
I might be a gambling addict. I can't spend $1 a Walmart T-shirt.
Can those two coexist? Could he maybe be a gambling addict,
No.
but not addicted to spending dollars on T-shirts?
What is he addicted to gambling?
That's sitting
With
there
his health?
gambling money. Yes, with gambling with his health.
Although 2 days in a
Gambling with his sexual history.
2 daes in a row, he did eat a bag of Doritos and Rice Krispie treat before the show.
Actually, today was a Pop-Tart.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, what did he do?
Yeah. Well, so I started my diet yesterday, so I'm hypersensitive to what everybody's eating. So I watched Cody walk in with a bag of Doritos and a Rice Krispie treat yesterday. I was like, man, I really want a Rice Krispie treat. And then he did it again today.
This is pre-show.
Pre-show.
A bag of Doritos. What kind?
Purple.
It was the
Sweet chili.
Sweet
or
spicy
Sweet
chili.
chili.
Yeah.
And
the big Rice Krispie
a
treat.
big. Did you get them out of the machine or you brought them?
Well, normally I would go to the cafe, but it's closed.
By the way, I got the very last Kit Kat blueberry muffin.
Told
after
you, right?
It was legit.
Wait, what
It was
happened?
the best
you were
thing
gone.
I've ever tasted.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was a blueberry muffin Kit Kat, some limited edition, and he said he went down and got one at the cafe, and so I kind of locked it in my brain, and I went the next day, and there was one left.
It was good?
It was
It
delicious.
was fantastic. It was the best thing I've ever tasted, and
It was really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
chocolate I could take or leave it because there's so many variations of it, and all of it tastes kind of like artificial. No.
That was good.
Like I was down there, I was getting a drink out of like the little cooler, and I saw like a Kit Kat bar next to a Butterfinger, and I actually wanted the Butterfinger, and I was like, wait a minute, I've never tried a blueberry muffin Kit Kat.
Yeah.
I've had like the white Kit Kat, which is really good too, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna splurge here. It's only $1.
Yeah.
I got $1.
Yeah, I didn't like that. It's kind of that, like I like dark chocolate because I'm an adult. We know this. But the blueberry muffin, it's kind of that like fake white chocolate stuff.
I don't
but
care.
it was good,
Oh,
boy.
my God.
It was
Yeah, now I
really
gotta try
good.
that.
I don't know. That's the only place I've ever seen them. I've never
Same
seen
here.
it in the store.
I'm sure you can get them
I'm sure you
somewhere.
can.
I had just
Yeah.
never seen him until he even mentioned
No,
it.
that's great advertising, though.
It was
'cause
delicious.
I think, hold on. One of our customers said, thank you for dismissing the views of a lot of your listeners.
Well, they need to be dismissed.
Yeah.
I mean, people tell me that all the time. You're going to turn off. I don't care. I mean, I hope that you're not that thin-skinned. I mean, I hope that you realize that. I mean,
We're not dismissing-
I'm not
you're
going to go
allowed
on
to
something.
believe in it.
You can believe whatever you want. That's right. Did you hear what I just played? The clip. You can believe whatever you want. That has nothing to do with what other people do. It does not matter. Doesn't matter.
And why would you send a message like this that says, thank you for first of all, saying thank you.
Well, I
You're
do appreciate
welcome.
that. That's
Yeah.
good manners.
Yes.
You were raised right.
Thank you for dismissing the views of a lot of your you listeners. We're dumb and have no clue on subjects and are misinformed because only your view is
That's
correct.
all projecting.
I know,
You are
run-on
projecting
sentence.
all that onto me. Nobody called you dumb. I'm saying that if you're basing the Supreme Court of the United States should not be basing their judicial review on God, which is clearly what they're doing. They're also gutting separation of church and state. Much quiet, Roe versus Wade is sucking all the air out of the room, but they also issued a ruling this week in the state of Maine where tax dollars have to be used to fund anti-gay Christian schools if they want. So, if you don't want that, the Supreme Court's response is basically, oh, well, sucks to be you. So it's, people are like, they want to take us back to the 1960s. No, they want to take us back to the 1860s, by the way. That's when a lot of these people think we were at our best, is somehow then. So, yeah, I'm dismissing. If your beliefs are that Jesus said something, yes, I'm dismissing those. I don't believe in them. I'm dismissing them with respect to how the law is adjudicated for the country. So when they go, it's just going back to the states, yeah, for now. But they've been very, very clear that they want a federal ban
The country
on
with,
abortion.
with freedom of religion.
That's
too.
why 4th of July is going to be so weird this year.
There's no independence.
So, well, it's not that there's no independence,
Freedom.
but it's just going to be really weird when everybody's like, pew, pew, land of the free, home of the brave. We're the greatest country.
Well,
I
in
mean,
2020, when all the
there's-
George Floyd and all the civil race stuff was happening, that was what everyone was saying. Like, I'm not going to celebrate 4th of July because we're not all free in the same way.
It's just a weird. Yes, correct. But it's just, abortion is the cold civil war. I know there's a lot of people who are just dying for a hot civil war. Some of you guys who are out there talking about like, I hope I never have to use my gun. You can't wait to shoot somebody. I know it. And all you people are like, Alan, I'm a law-abiding gun owner. Why are you going to give me a hard time? I'm not giving you a hard time, but I sure wish you'd speak up. I know why you law-abiding gun owners are so quiet all of a sudden. Feel free to speak up.
I would look so cute in a Civil War uniform.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Cody with a bayonet.
The blue or the gray?
He's got it in backwards.
Yeah.
He's trying to pump the thing, but he's looking at the rebels like, eh.
But when there's a Civil War, who makes
It's not even, it's a dildo. He's like, it's my bayonet.
Ooh, you're a hater.
I'm not a hater. I love you. But you would still have a dildo on the end of your rifle. Don't lie to me.
I don't mean it wouldn't hurt. It would do some damage.
You know, and none of this is alarmist. You still see people saying, oh, this guy's not falling. You were accused of being hyperbolic if you said they were going to overturn Roe v. Wade, and obviously that was not hyperbolic. Any dystopia that you can now imagine, I guarantee you is on the table. I guarantee you. Because it's Christian fascism. It's very simple that that's what it is. So this whole, they're sending it back to the states. Yeah. You know, I heard somebody go, well, it's just like weed. Weed's legal in some states and not in other ones. Yes, okay, on that level, it is the same. But weed and abortion are not anywhere remotely the. More and more states are making weed legal. They're moving in the other direction. They're moving in a direction of progress, not a direction of regress.
And weed isn't a health issue. This is like
well, weed is still a health issue. I mean,
medical, but not in the same way.
Not in the same way.
Not in
That's
the same
right.
way that a medical problem can happen with abortions or people who need them emergency, and then they have to be on the waiting room because the doctor has to call a lawyer to make sure he's not going to get his license taken away by performing a necessary medical procedure that a woman needs.
Samuel L. Jackson put something out like, I don't hear Clarence Thomas talking about overturning interracial marriage. Because Clarence Thomas'
got his
wife
snow
is
bunny.
white. Snow bunny, yeah.
You never heard
She's
that?
one of those January 6th traitors, too. But you also don't realize that interracial marriage is, like, when that was legalized, that was 6 years before Roe versus Wade. Legalized marriage is, and in a lot of parts of this country, that is still not popular.
Wait, interracial marriage was legalized 6 years before Roe v. Wade?
Yeah.
What?
Alabama did it in 2000.
Yeah.
Interracial marriage.
Yes, people think that that's been around a long
I didn't
time.
know that.
I mean, they still do national polls, and I bet the number's going up. But they do national polls on what people think about interracial marriage. There's still like 28% of people who say it's a bad idea.
And they were listed as like a white cannot marry a colored.
Yes.
Shut up! I didn't know that.
There's a movie called Loving that is about that because the case was Loving versus Virginia. It was a civil rights decision that ruled that you can't ban interracial marriage under the 14th Amendment, which was the right to privacy, which is how Roe was codified under the 14th Amendment. That's why these guys go, nope. So that's why people are freaking out that if you can just get rid of any rights, they will.
But what I told you, Alan,
The right to interracial marriage is 6 years older than Roe v. Wade.
but again, I'm not worried. Like everyone's like, oh, aren't you worried about gay marriage? I'm like, no, because literally, like I thought, everything that
You're not worried because you're not married.
I'm not married, but
If you were married to someone right now, you'd be worried, and you'd be right to be worried.
there's
Worried
so
about other people's situations?
that's
You
not,
have friends that are married?
Let him explain it.
that's not what I'm saying.
Kind of
Everything
fun to cut them off, though.
everything that has been done can be undone.
Your mom still didn't call?
Just like my mom still did not call. No. But like just like how gay marriage like was there one day or wasn't there one day and the next day it passed, it can happen the same thing. It could take it could go back. So just as simple as a vote.
But things usually don't go back. They are moving things backward instead of forward.
Depends on the want though. And I feel like
No,
there's
this is usually not the way that things go.
so many people have been married.
Yes, that
gay
is
couples.
true. So many people have been married.
Gay couples have been married. There's
Everything
so much
happens
money.
so often.
It would ruin a lot of things. Like I don't know how much money is necessarily in abortion versus gay marriage. Like,
Oh, it's big money.
Oh,
They,
dude, this
they
is
sell
gonna
all the parts. That's what they say.
Abortion, but the way this is going to affect the economy, which is already, by the way, killing it. Perfect timing. It will absolutely affect the national economy.
But think about all the people that are gay married, like their insurance, the homes they share together, the property, everything. All of that would just be separated. It would
Yes,
put us into a depression.
No, but the people who don't like that don't care about that. I mean, that's a little overstating it. But the point is that there are 1,000 variables that aren't considered if somebody's just like, Jesus don't like it, done.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's my take.
That's why
on
it's silly.
I feel like everything that can be done can be undone. So if they take it away, someone will just bring it back. If there's enough money behind it.
You hope.
But if there's enough money behind it, which there will be, there's plenty of rich gay dudes that
But
are
if
like
it was
not
about,
going to let this
but if it was
stand.
about money, they wouldn't have overturned Roe. That's not the point. They're not.
But there's Republicans that
they're
are gay
not
married.
doing it about the money.
There's plenty of Republican gay billionaires. Peter Thiel, he's gay married.
Yes, and he couldn't be more right-wing.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
What's your point?
He's a gay Republican, so not all Republicans are against gay marriage, but most Republicans are against abortion. So I don't feel that
I don't think Peter Thiel has any skin in the game on gay marriage. What does he care? He's rich. Who cares? If they overturn it, he'd be like, all right.
You don't share my stuff with you.
Well, but I'm just saying, you don't think that he's donating to people who want gay marriage
I feel
reversed?
Like he is putting in money towards his interests, and
when you're
money.
when you're wealthy, you are insulated from everything. Rich people are still going to be able to get abortions. So when you're wealthy, you're insulated from any kind of legislative sea change or tectonic shifts in the country. I know it's going to cheer you up. Hey, Dick.
Hey! Well, I'm like you. 4th of July is coming up, and this doggone stuff that we watch on TV, to me, is a bunch of what you said. Communist fascism is what it is.
Wait, what are you talking? I have a feeling we're talking about two different things. What are you talking about,
Communist
Dick?
fascism.
I'm talking about this doggone thing of the Supreme Court taking up airtime when we could be seeing, like, the Indians games or something. I mean, all this stuff.
What do you mean airtime? What airtime are they taking up?
Hours.
Well, I mean, there's shows that you can watch, but they seem to be taking up airtime on national TV. And I'm like you. I'll say one thing about this.
Yeah.
I believe that the Constitution, we go to the federal,
there we go.
Nailed it.
4th of July,
Yeah.
the Constitution
Yeah.
and the Declaration set the example of America, but boy, we sure aren't learning that anymore. You get away, even like we're talking about First Amendment. When you say something to somebody, they get offended. I'm like you. I think this is a bunch.
Not sure you are. Okay, well, listen. I certainly hope that we are together, Dick. What will you be? How will you be celebrating 4th of July? I would imagine in your lengthy Lowe's career, you would have been moving a lot of grills this time of year.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll say something to you, Alan. I'll say something to you, Bill and Mary. I've not been home very much. I've learned to. There's some of the senior resources around here. I just got done playing a gig with a guy from the Philharmonic. He played the flute, and we played for about 2 hours today. Had a good time.
It wasn't Lizzo, was it?
No.
It wasn't the skin flute, was it?
No. Hi, Mary.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I'm
I
good.
got some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Will you? I've got to go to a break. Will you celebrate the 4th of July, Dick?
We gotta play the dulcimers that day up at Incarnation. Where
Got to play the
for
dulcimers.
seniors.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, not dulcimers, but ukulele.
Thank you, Dick. Have a good holiday, bro. By the way, did he call it the Declaration of Independence?
He
The
was
Declaration of
all-
Independence.
Alan Cox Show! Exclusive news update!
All right, give it to me.
The Cleveland Guardians have won Game 1 of their doubleheader today, 3-2 over the Twins.
Hey!
Breaking news.
Interesting. And I was going to try and tell Dick, but he wouldn't shut up.
Oh, he's
I
all
was like, hey, here's
excited
some
about
good
the
news.
He's excited about the Declaration of Independence. Yeah,
What?
He's putting his bunting up this weekend.
What judicial hearings are preempting baseball games? I haven't seen any
He
of
was
that.
trying to meet me in the middle, and I don't know what's happening. I've got to take a break. If you want to text for something, 35192. To do that, I will have another $1,000 for you to win closer to 4:30. And after the break, if you want to go see Apocalyptica, no flutes, dulcimers, or ukes, but plenty of cellos, they're coming to do a show soon. 35192, and we'll